injuries in the gym? What's the most common ones? What do you do about them? What do you not do about them?
Well, I mean, the most common one by far, by leaps and bounds, is just going to be minor muscle strains. That's going to be, you're going to see that. It's almost ubiquitous with training. And I mean, hell, it happens when people, pick an Amazon box up off the ground. But percentage-wise, it's mostly muscle strains. That's going to make up the vast majority of them. But most people don't really care about those too much.
No, most people that have been alive and outside and stuff understand that that's just part of being alive, and they heal.
Yeah, I think that people are going to complain most about back injuries, especially if they happen in the gym. And probably the next most common thing that I see is maybe shoulder pain with lifting, and then probably after that, it's random popping and cracking in joints that's pretty disconcerting for people. And so you look at the kind of stuff that walks through my clinic, and those are going to be the three main things that I see these days.
You left out tendonitis, inflammatory joint conditions. What's the status with that?
Yeah, I mean, you see lots of people with chronic tendon pain, but I wouldn't necessarily say that those are caused by the gym. Those are like course of life ailments, and they may get irritated at the gym, but whenever they come into the gym or whenever they come into the clinic and you start talking to them about, what was the onset, how did this come on, you start noticing that they first felt it whenever they woke up in the morning and their shoulder hurt, and it kind of progressively got worse over time, and then they went and did this bench workout, and now it's much worse. So it was something that was building over time. It probably started with lifestyle or course of life, and so you don't necessarily see a whole lot of tendon pain that starts at the gym. Usually they know it ahead of time, then they go to the gym, it gets irritated, and then they make that correlation between the gym is obviously bad because it made my shoulder hurt, even though it started hurting whenever they.
Well, one of the most ubiquitous things, and this applies to every population of humanoids on the surface of the earth, is that we all hurt from time to time, and we all have back pain. Everybody has back pain. Everybody, me and Will and Nick have back pain. The communist Chinese have back pain. Brazilians have back pain. The guys at the station in Antarctica have back pain. The New Zealanders, if you can believe this, the New Zealanders have back pain too. Everybody has back pain. And it's just part of this bipedal stance we assumed about 3 million years ago, and it was a mistake, of course. But it's been done, it's over with, and so here we are standing up, and our backs are now in compression, whereas previously they were under moment load. And they work pretty well as a design for moment load, but for an upright bipedal gait, a spinal column is not terribly well designed for the long run. And you're going to have back pain, and it's normal to have back pain. So one of the things that we have discovered, and I know that you have seen this too, is that back pain is chronic back pain. I'm not talking about the kind that makes you piss yourself. I'm talking about
yeah, of course.
Chronic back pain. Back hurts all the time. 55-year-old guy comes into the gym, and we set him up on a program. We get him squatting, pressing, pulling, loading his back. 3 weeks later, it's gone. That's normal.
I mean, I see that in the clinic all the time.
Oh, yeah.
But what's interesting about back pain is I think the lifetime prevalence is somewhere like 88%. 88% of adults will have at least one episode of incapacitating back pain in their lifetime.
That seems low.
I mean, but it's the other 12% are lying, probably.
The other 12% are lying.
They just didn't get the questionnaire.
Right.
But even though it's like a universal human condition, like I have to say this, like we know virtually nothing about back pain.
No.
We
don't really know what the chiropractor is doing when he makes your back pop.
We've got some theories.
Got some ideas, but we don't know what the hell.
Everything else is correlation, but I mean, you take even something that's as scary sounding as degenerative disc disease or severe degenerative disc disease. It's correlated with pain about the same as having no radiologic findings.
That's so interesting to me. You can do an MRI, just a general baseline MRI on any human being over the age of 35, and there will be some degenerative changes in the spine on the MRI study.
Yeah, now
all of them.
And now radiologists even put that in their assessment. Like whenever they read the MRI, they say, the patient is 40 years old. The prevalence of these findings in an asymptomatic population at 40 years old is 60% or whatever. So radiologists are even starting to
disregard this.
Yeah,
right.
that it has to be correlated with clinical symptoms or something that requires a more in-depth medical investigation.
And
right?
even then, it may not be the source of the situation. I remember.